Hey, what's up, guys and gals? My name is Ricknineg. Nice to see you on this lovely Sunday. I'm folding this. This is my earphones, my headphones. Nice to see you. Hopefully, you're all doing okay and doing well. And yeah, let's get started with some Lucy today. Hopefully, you've been looking and checking out my recent videos. I did one on Gilligan for yesterday, I believe. Then I also did one on Lucy this past week. And so those are always fun to do. Those are always fun. And it's always great to see you guys and your thoughts on them, your opinions on them. GH5B. Hello, people starting to come in. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. I've got my clear water. I had some of the powdered drink emergency stuff, so some of the powder stuck on the side, so that's what it is. I just added water. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at 2 episodes. And remember, you can queue these up yourself if you guys have the DVDs or if you have them on Hulu. Breaking the Lease. It's a very popular episode in season 1. We're basically going in order, and this is fantastic because we're moving along wonderfully. Let me go back to, let's see, job switching, not that one. Season 2. Okay, Breaking the Lease. Now, I know a lot of you like this. It's one of my favorites of season 1, of course. This is February 11th, 1952 release, episode 18. Filmed on a Saturday, January 5th. My mom's birthday, by the way, 1952. Rating share is 53.4. A slight bit of a downgrade from the last episode in terms of, but it's still up there. It's still one of the highest 3 ranking episodes of all of I Love Lucy, of all the 18 that we've done so far. Supporting cast, bum. They literally bill him as a bum. Bennett Green. Bennett Green is basically the stand-in for Desi whenever they had to do filming. Party guest, Hazel Pierce. And so she was the stand-in for Lucy. She's also in the background. And Barbara Pepper. She's one of the dancers. Music, you have Sweet Sue, I Want a Girl, Just Like the Girl That Married Dear Old Dad, El Cubachero, the Raspa, and the Mexican hand dance. So let's just start the episode. And the last fact here is this was the first Ricardo Mertz fight, a story device that was repeated many times. It's good to know that this is the first time that we see them fight and argue. So that is awesome. James, you found old I Love Lucy VHS tapes you had when you were younger. Awesome. Are you starting to watch them now? El Breco de Liso, according to Ricky, right? Mr. Like Cats, I haven't seen you in forever. My, have you changed? Isn't that in like a show or something? Now, funny fact as well. Let me pull this up. Yeah, I Love Lucy the movie. Some of you may have this. I don't know if you do. But if you do, it's a great thing to buy. You can get it on Amazon and so forth. And I've given away a few of these. And what's interesting is this is a mixture of 3 episodes. The Benefit, Breaking the Lease, which we're talking about, and the Ballet. And so what they did, they filmed 2 scenes to basically, so there's 3 episodes, boom, boom, boom. So they have a scene between these 2 episodes and a scene between here to bridge them. And they made like a movie. And so it's what, like 2, 4, 6. It's over an hour movie. This is an hour. Where is it? An hour and 21 minutes. And then there's other stuff. There's Lucy Goes to Scotland in color in this, and so many other things. But it's kind of cool to see this. This is a good one. We start with the Ricardos, and Mertz is in the living room, and they are just having the time of their lives, enjoying themselves. But it's 2 a.m. And so it's a little bit late to be singing like that, but they enjoy themselves and they have fun. And then again, a big fight right after this scene, of course. James, you would watch them if you still had a VHS player. Oh no, you can get it on eBay though. It's fairly cheap. Putting this away here. Good afternoon. Well, I don't think good morning for anyone, at least if you're in the United States. Because even, why was I going to say Cuba? Because I'm thinking of Desi. Even Hawaii, hour behind, it would still be afternoon. So good afternoon or good evening to some of you. Hello, Katie and train supporter. Nice to see you as well. Kippy Boo. Nice to see you from across the pond, right? What time is it over there? It's probably, well, sundown for sure, right? It's around 10 p.m. Hey, Brandon. Nice to see you. Had a pretty good weekend. How about yourself? Hopefully you're doing great. Now, you finally made it again, so I think I've seen you in a couple more live streams. Mr. Like Cats, they used this episode as an audition record for a radio show with narration by Desi Arnaz. I don't know who that is. But I can tell you that a lot of these episodes, I think the first 10 or something, were based on My Favorite Husband, maybe even more of that. Remember, My Favorite Husband was the radio, was the radio program in which I Love Lucy was based. Now, this is great because we see Fred and Lucy dancing here. I love their chemistry. They had a really good, like, chemistry as, like, friends. And since, in my opinion, Fred was, like, he was silly. I don't think Vivian was silly, or let's say Ethel. Ethel's character wasn't silly. Fred Mertz was scruffy, but he was silly. And then Lucy was silly. And Desi wasn't really silly. He was like the foil or the straight man to Lucy. So it's kind of cool. I'm doing great, William. Hey, Chad, nice to see you. And thank you for the $9.99 donations. I love you guys. A lot of these donations end with a 9, like $4.99 and all that. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's a great way to start off the live stream. When Lucy's moving out after the fight with the Mertzes, on the coffee table is a magazine with Lucy and Desi's face, I'm guessing, on the cover. Not the first time this happened. Fun thing to look for. Be hopeful. I love it. Be hopeful. It's a great thing to think about. I need to hear that sometimes because I get down and I get, yeah, like sometimes life hits us, right? Or sometimes we get upset or something, and that kind of rings true, right? Ron English, great question. Howdy, Rick. Offhand, how many episodes did Frank Nelson appear in? I believe it's either 7 or 8. I did a episode on all of them, and the only one I was missing there that I did mention that I was missing one was Lucy changes her mind. So I believe it's 7. We'll just go with 7 for me, but 7 or 8. You wish Fred and Lucy had more scenes together. You love the episode Staten Island Fairly due to that. See, that was a good scene as well. Can anyone mention any other Fred and Lucy moments? I don't know. I think I might have made an episode on that. Unfortunately, I'm sure they got copyrighted. Like some people are like, "Oh, Rick, do you have season 3 bloopers?" I do, but it was removed. A lot of my videos with video clips have been removed. That's unfortunate, and that's why I've been doing a lot of images because you can't really copyright a video for images, especially with commentary in the back. So yeah, I'm sure they'll figure out a way to do it in the future, but as of now, they can't do that. So it's kind of unfortunate. You know, it is what it is. What's the name of the book I have? It is called The I Love Lucy book by Bart Andrews. One that Lucy knew about. So it's a pretty well-known book, and there's, I think, a few revisions, up to 3 of them. Randy, well, thank you. You enjoyed my Gilligan's Island video. Oh, I haven't shown you my shirt yet. I'd rather, yeah, if I'm looking at the reversed image, it doesn't really look like rather. I'd rather be watching I Love Lucy, which I am. So, it's like Twilight Zone-ish. Oh. Randy, you say you enjoyed my Gilligan's Island video. Well, thank you. I'm guessing the one with the raincoats. If you guys are Gilligan's Island fans, you should check that out. I'm going to do a lot more Gilligan's Island episodes coming up. I think that's my next show that I'm going to be focusing on. Still doing Lucy videos, doing more of Gilligan's Island. People are requesting other shows. And I'll try to accommodate as much as possible. But remember, the shows that I cover, usually the shows, first of all, that I like. That's one thing. And then second, like, they have to fulfill these 2 things that I like. And second of all, I have to know about them. Like, they have to be knowledgeable to me. Like I Dream of Jeannie, but I know very little about it, which is why I'm not really going into it yet. Gilligan's Island, I know a lot about. There's other shows, Home Improvement, I know a lot about and I love. So that's another good candidate. Seinfeld, I know front to back. I almost know it as much as Lucy. I haven't seen it as much as Lucy, but yeah. Although some of those episodes are kind of strange and weird and so forth. But yeah, so awesome. My nose is itchy, sorry. All right, let's see. Brandon South, thank you very much. Wow, you're upping Chad's donation by a penny, which is awesome. I appreciate it because my videos are great. Well, thank you for the love and support as always. It makes me feel so good, and that's one of the things, again, that I've said before that I strive to do is keep all my videos available to you, keep them free, of course. And then if people want to support the channel through an awesome donation, then I appreciate that. That's so, so cool. How do you really pronounce Arnaz? It would be Desi, right? Desi Arnaz. Arnaz. Kippy, there aren't many others I can think apart from a really short one at the start of Ricky's movie offer. Ricky's movie offer, Ricky's movie. Yeah, there's a few. There's not a lot of moments, but they are good ones when they are there. It is strange that Desi and Vivian never had scenes together, just between them. Of course, Will and Lucy did, and they were great together, wonderful chemistry. The only one I can think about, Will, there was one in the operetta. It's not even that long, where, again, Vivian or Ethel is talking to Ricky, and they're talking about keeping Lucy out of the operetta because she sings so bad. Then there's another one in season 6 when, again, Ethel and Ricky are talking together in Ragtime Band. Now, again, Ricky talks with Lucy, he talks with Ethel, Fred, and so the three of them. But then there's a point where he talks to Vivian. Her Ethel is like, "Oh man, Lucy sings so badly. She plays the saxophone so badly. How do we get around this?" and so forth. So yeah, it's a great moment. There's other few salt and peppered around here, but yeah, great job. Jennifer, so what other I Love Lucy things do you own? Great question. I don't, to be honest, I started owning more I Love Lucy stuff when my YouTube followers started chanting me. My YouTube subscribers started sending me things. And that's kind of funny. Like this shirt, I didn't buy this shirt. Like someone was gracious enough to send it to me. The only really thing I bought, I have a Lucy clock by Amina Benjamin. I love Lucy clock. And then I have something up there that says I love Lucy Lane. It's like a little, it's like a street sign type thing. And yeah, that's basically it. People give me mugs and shirts, lots of mugs, lots of shirts, books, things like that. I'm not really into like the action figure collecting much myself, but I have a lot of DVDs and things like that. So great question. Christopher, so you have the I Love Lucy book that you bought in 1978. That is awesome. So I'm guessing mine is like a bit of a revised or newer version, which is some things put in there. Mr. Like Cats, I've never seen the Many Loves of Dobie Gillis, I believe it's called. That was Bob Denver's first show. You're correct. I saw clips of it, and honestly, I don't know. Maybe I got to see like the best episodes, but I don't know. I don't think I like it as much as Gilligan's Island myself. Chad asks, Rick, living in California, who famous have you walked by or seen on a street or store or just admired the view? So I'm guessing like what individual and then what store and so forth. Well, there's a lot of sites here, and sometimes we take them for granted. The beach is beautiful. Rodeo Drive is beautiful. I've walked past a couple celebrities, nothing too big, but yeah, I've seen them in a like I don't know, like when I went wrestling to the wrestling match and things like that. But other than that, not much. Okay. Well, thank you, Carl. I appreciate that you like my shirt and you're looking forward to more Gilligan's Island videos. Well, thank you. I enjoy making those. I definitely know the audience for Gilligan. See, that's the thing. I used to think it's smaller than Lucy, and I would say so, at least on my channel. But I start to see more Gilligan's Island fans starting to subscribe and starting to come there and just watch the videos. So that's kind of nice and that's kind of cool. And of course, I see that there's overlap because I obviously like these shows and there are people who like these shows. And then I'm going to get into Star Trek too eventually. So yeah, I have a lot of plans. I'm not going to run out of material anytime soon. So I'm happy about that. Happy Sunday, Michael. Let's see. Nope, I never met anyone connected with I Love Lucy in person. Nice to catch up with you, Denise. Very cool. Jennifer asks, what do you think is the funniest episode of I Love Lucy? Ooh, Well, that's the thing. You're saying funniest, not necessarily your favorite. So I have to think if my favorite is necessarily the funniest. Yeah, I think Home Movies is a riot. It's just, to me, it's funny from the very beginning to the end. It's just like a fast-paced episode, same as Bonus Bucks. It kind of just starts out fast. And some of these episodes, they start out kind of slow, and that's not saying a bad thing. Like, for example, let me think of what I mean. Like, even the ballet episode, I think it ends really strong, but it kind of starts out fairly slow. Um, oh yeah, like Lucy Plays Cupid. That one takes a long time, and I don't think it's that funny, except for the scene with Mr. Ritter and Lucy and the food. Like, that's the part that I like. But yeah, so hopefully I answered that. Hello, Yolanda. Nice to see you. Hello, Leslie. Nice to see you, or to have you in the live stream. Awesome. If you guys and gals haven't given a thumbs up, go ahead and do that. It does help out my channel and so forth. There are 36 people on here, so we should at least have 36 thumbs up. That's for sure. Bertha, well, you like them because they're good. A lot of people understand that these shows, they're classic shows, they had to catch the attention of people. And it was the entertainment around. So they worked really hard in this medium. Not to say they don't now, but it feels like a lot of the ideas have been dragged out and they're trying to do something very unique, but it's like not that good enough. So I don't know. The quality has definitely gone down, in my opinion, between what's on now and what used to be on before. And so that's why a lot of people like these shows. It's funny, like you have a lot of young people. Like when I was teaching high school, a lot of my students like would like certain shows, but they weren't even into TV. And I would show them certain old classic shows and they would love them because they were like, why haven't I never seen this? I'm like, I don't know, you should. And it's just really interesting to think about that. So it's not just age. It's not like the younger generation doesn't understand. I think they're exposed to not great TV, and so they're like not that interested in it, you know? No, Jennifer, I have not read Desi Arnaz's book called The Book, right? Alani, nice to see you. And Carissa Garner, nice to see you as well. Which season would I say was the strongest? Great question. Now, I would say season 4, I think, is the strongest, but season 3 and 4 are my favorites. I think season 3 has a lot of solid episodes, and the reason I stand by that is because season 3 was pretty much all in the apartment. I mean, season 1 was as well, season 2. But season 2 to me is like mostly the pregnancy episodes. That's how I classify it. Season 1's more like the outlandish, starting out kind of episodes, like, you know, just things were everywhere. Like in season 6, I feel like they just got old and they just calmed down and relaxed and so forth. And the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour was kind of like they went here, they went there. It's like the traveling episodes. They're never like at their home except for like 2 episodes. So yeah. You would really enjoy videos on Seinfeld. Many seasons of hilarious material. I agree with that. Unfortunately, it's yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it eventually. I'll just say that. Brandon, you always thought that was sweet. One day this would Oh, this is a great one. William, great question. Which video on your YouTube channel is your favorite? Oh man. That's a great question because my favorite probably is not like the most popular episode, because usually the ones that gain popularity, like I never imagined that they would gain popularity. To be honest, my favorite videos, I mean, let's just stick with Lucy because that's what we're talking about, are when I have the clips in there, like the funniest moments, because what it is I don't have to go hunt and go to each DVD. Like I can, like what my vision was to make like Fred's funniest moment. So it's like you guys can watch like 10 minutes of like Fred's funniest moments right there. You wouldn't have to go hunt and watch every single episode, or watch episode 91, then watch episode 2, then watch episode 10. You know what I mean? To find those moments. I just wanted to do that. So to me, that's funny because I watch it and then I laugh again. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious because the material that they had. And so to me, those are the funniest. Yeah, for sure. Not even the bloopers. I think the bloopers are interesting, but I don't think they're like my favorite. I think my favorite have to do with like those moments, you know? Well, thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate that. Yolanda, what do I think, she asks, is the craziest stunt that Lucy Ricardo ever pulled? You're thinking the whole John Wayne episode. Oh, man, she pulled so many. The craziest stunt. I mean, the one with John Wayne, stealing the footprints, is pretty bad. See, William Holden, yeah, she accidentally tripped the waiter, but she was like indirectly at fault. So yeah, I would say that doesn't even match up to the John Wayne stuff. I mean, that's pretty serious right there. Yeah, I mean, if you guys can come up with something more crazy, then I would love to know. When she got in the vat, the starch vat, that was pretty funny. And yeah, she's done a lot of crazy stuff. Oh. Mr. Like Cat, so you like season 4 and 6 the best. Interesting. So can I ask, why do you like season 6? What about season 6 do you like? Yes, Shelly, I have been to Lucille Ball's house. Now, Carissa, I've never watched, great question. She asks me, do you watch the original Little Rascals? Now, this is the black and white ones. I've never seen those. Do you like them? Because I've seen, like, I was young enough to watch the 90s Little Rascals, like the revival, and I kind of enjoyed it because that was all I was exposed to. I know, like, the actors weren't even that great and everything. I don't know how the original Little Rascals were, but I find it kind of a funny episode. Like, you have all these cameos in it of like all these famous people. It's a great episode. Sarah, I've never seen the show Frasier. Could you believe that? I do know that it's a spin-off of Cheers, right? Hey, Cassandra, nice to see you. Is that tap or bottled water? Oh, neither or. This is filtered water. Like through a filter. Like I have a special filter. It's like a reverse osmosis, like 10-stage filter. But by the end, you barely get water. It's like you put in all this water and then like one drop comes out because it's all filtered. You have to have that in Southern California. Our water is not the cleanest. Bum, bum. Yeah, isn't that crazy, William? So I discovered that myself just because I noticed I have a little knack for like facial recognition. I can recognize faces really quickly. Sometimes I'll be like, I know who that is. And I like have seen that face and then I have to realize where I piece it together. But I have like this bank of like faces I can recognize really well. And like I just saw him and I was like, I know that man. And then I just listened to the voice and I was like, yes, this voice sounds just like Grandpa from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Then I was like, yeah, it would make sense. I did the age thing. Then I went backwards. Then I looked it up and I was like, yeah, I'm right. But it's like not an advertised thing because he was just like an actor standing in. Then he got popular later. He also did Chico and the Man, right? And so it's kind of cool to notice that a lot of these things I would just spot. Like I'm really good with just faces. Like Bennett Green, I could see him because I recognize his face. And I know he's like everywhere. He's like the extra that's like everywhere. Michael Ian, send me a message on that. What program do you use to edit my videos? So you're asking me, send me a message on Instagram and I'll be happy to answer it there. You love the whole episode, Yolanda, of getting stuck in the meat locker. Oh, the freezer episode, right? Oh, that's a good episode too. Leisure features. No, great comment there. He says, not to go off topic, but your Stooge videos are absolutely amazing. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm having a little bit of an issue with like copyright stuff. Like another video got copyrighted and I was like, So it's hard, believe me, because I try to please everyone and I can't. I'll never be able to please everyone. So I want to be able to make videos and entertain you guys. But then it's like, how can I explain it? It's like I make car videos as well. Or I'd have a car channel. Imagine if I was commenting on a car and telling you about the stats of it, how fast it goes, like all of the interior items and stuff. But the car company, like Ferrari, doesn't allow me to film the car for like more than like 3 seconds. It's like, how do you do it? So you show image, you know what I mean? That's literally the dilemma that I'm in like movies and stuff. Like I'm not here to show all 20 minutes, but it's like they get copyright. So it's like, so I have to show images of like the blooper. It's a catch-22. It really is. And so I appreciate you guys' support in that. Jennifer, is there any other show from that time you recommend? What time? You're asking just about like 50s or what era? Tell me what era, and I'd be happy to suggest something. I'll have to check it out, Carissa. Thank you for recommending that. That's awesome. You enjoy my voice? Well, thank you. I wish I had a say in that, but no, it was just what I was given. So if it's annoying, I'm sorry. If it's great, you're welcome. Yeah, Randy, you're right. Ethel definitely, I'm going to explain this. Ethel definitely, I guess she was married, right? She was married to Fred for like 25 something years. So she is used to 18, 25 years to the show. So she's used to him. He's used to her. So they can insult each other and so forth. And, you know, it is what it is. I've heard that, Leslie, and I'm going to do a video about it hopefully soon. Mickey, nice to see you from the UK, from Oxford. Oh, Lucy's crying right now because they're about to move out of the apartment, but then they're gonna make up before they move out. So it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. All right. So let's see. Yes, sorry. Is there any other show from the 50s? Oh, for the 50s that I recommend. Nothing is coming offhand. I watch a lot of shows from the 60s, like Hogan's Heroes. I'm trying to look here. Stooges from the 30s, 40s, even 50s. I guess that would make sense, but that's film. That's not really TV. Let's see. Taxi. I like I Dream of Jeannie. That's more 60s. That 70s show, which is like 90s, 2000s. I have other stuff on this side. But yeah, you should check out my channel. I have a lot of stuff in there. And so. Have you ever watched Pawn Stars? Super Saiyan? I have. And it's pretty fun. The only thing I didn't like Super Saiyan is that it's like, I wouldn't say rigged, but I was led to believe that it's like real. And I don't like being jerked around in that sense. I'll just say it like that. Like if it's not and it's like a scripted show, I'd still be interested because it's like they're not gonna lie about pricing and stuff. But then when I found out like it's all scripted and it's like I don't know. I lost interest. You know what I mean? Hopefully you understand. Yolanda, did you ever notice that Lucy sang pretty well in the episode with Red Skeleton compared to any other episode? Yes, because she did sing well. And it's like they didn't care in season 6. In season 1, season 2, season 3, the first few seasons, they really focused on Lucy singing horribly. Then as the show progressed, they were trying to show that she didn't sing that badly. She wasn't even that silly. Like in season 6 in that episode, she wasn't really silly. She was just like, she's like a more refined Lucy. And I think that lost some points with me because I loved her craziness and all that stuff. So let me see. I have seen that, Michael. There's an episode of What's My Line with Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. And Desi Arnaz, like they have to guess who he is. And then he's only answering and like he makes an accent. He's like, yes, yes, no. And so they're asking him questions to figure out who he is. They're blindfolded and they're like, are you a very famous, popular male? Yes. Are you an actor? Yes. Are you a dramatic actor? No. And they like just the yes or no questions. And they figured out who he was. Like, have you owned like a big like studio or anything? It's like, yes. And then, you know, they just discovered it. It's good. It's on YouTube. You should check it out. All right. This thing keeps glitching out the chat. I don't know why. I think it thinks that it like goes to sleep. Like when your computer goes to sleep, it's just annoying. Twilight Zone, Carissa. Yes, I love it. I was just watching an episode earlier. It was on General George Custer and 60 soldiers appearing at that time. It's kind of cool. Mr. Like Cat. So the move to Connecticut, you like it when she dresses as Superman, the Tulisa episode, the statue episode. You like it when she loses her wedding ring and messes up the barbecue. Yeah, okay, that one's a good one. I do like the barbecue episode for sure. I think that was more like, it felt like it was more like an episode like out of season 3. Like it was high paced. Everything else, I think when they moved to the country, even the pace of the episodes like slowed down. Even though they were half an hour, it seemed like they did more like country stuff, which is not bad, but I'm saying it was just so like, it seems like the other episodes, oh wow, the episodes stopped like so long ago, guys. I guess let me go back. and go to the Ballet. Okay. Oh my gosh, Charles, I love Get Smart. Maxwell Smart. He did the same voice as Mr. Gadget, is it? Inspector Gadget. There we go. Get Smart is amazing. It's like a parody / satire of like James Bond, and it's like he's like a dumb spy and he's always messing up and getting it, but he like figures out, like he vanquishes the bad guys. Like it's fantastic. That's one. Three's Company is another one I'm looking at getting into, but it's just there's so much. There's so much. Because then, believe me, if I start making those episodes, people are like, "What happened to the Lucy episodes? What happened to the Three Stooges?" Which I'm getting right now, and it's like, I'm sorry, I'll get there. Believe me, I would love that this channel makes. That's why I really want this channel to rise up. To be honest with you, like, let me just tell you guys again, straight out, I would like it because then obviously it would increase the revenue, it would increase the popularity. And then hopefully like this channel can help support like someone else, meaning like my dream would be like hire even one more person who almost full time would edit for me. So what I would do, I would come up with the idea of the episode. It would just do the editing, which takes the most time. It really does. And because I have the ideas written down, my whole idea book is like almost filled, but it's like I can't pump them out fast enough. So someone was able to do that and quicken the editing process. I could do like 4 or 5 Lucy videos a week, and then maybe even 2 or 3 a day. Like I can really pump them out. Like if I had someone who's literally just editing. So yeah, it's just a thought, but it's kind of cool. See, Super Saiyan, I'm with you on that. That I do like that. The fact that yes, you do learn about historical information. I do like that. That's why I like some of the historical History Channel episodes, because you do learn a lot of that. So yes, for everyone else. Yes, Tony Perez. Aaron Spelling was in the episode of I Love Lucy season 4 called First Stop. Yes, season 4, full stop. I was just making sure in my brain. And I made an episode on it. You should check it out. 10 cameos. It's funny. A lot of people ask questions that are solved or that are found in videos. So go ahead and take a look at my I Love Lucy playlist. Over 100 videos. So much content for you to enjoy. What else? Connecticut is a dull state. No, okay, this is Raven's comment. No quakes or tornadoes, but there's hurricanes and Lucy and Ethel. Okay, so it goes back to that joke. Ethel Luz or Luciettes. That was from Going Into Business. The girls go into business. Ash, I have to admit, I've never seen Bewitched. I know it's like about a witch, and it's like similar in nature to like I Dream of Jeannie, like witch Jeannie, and she's like cute. And Will Ferrell did like a movie on it, right? I never got into it. Oh, Michael, that's pretty cool. You're trying to be an editor. See, that would be awesome. I want to do something like that. Like, obviously, right now, the channel is making nowhere near to even support myself, let alone someone else. It takes time, right? That's why it's a hobby. And I would love to pump out so many episodes. And it's not that it's like I can't do it myself, but I can only do so much as one person, like answering comments, my real job, and doing this and so forth. So if someone was just like editing things that like I would shoot or be like, hey, these are the clips that I want you to put in. This is what I want you to do. Like I can direct everything. And then obviously do the commentary. Like I can just do the commentary and then I could take it, like it's something to keep in mind. It's something to keep in mind for the future, because I definitely want to grow the channel. And that can only happen with support, obviously. Don Adams was voiced of Tennessee Tuxedo. I don't know who that is, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Dick Van Dyke Show is one of your favorites. What do you like about him? Do you like Dick Van Dyke? Do you like the whole show in general? I've heard that, Leisure, that Three Stooges game is hard, right? It's like a hard game to play, right? Hey, nice to see you, Angela. What are you up to today? What are you up to on this Sunday? Let me see. John Ritter. Oh my gosh. So John Ritter, Yolanda, I'm sure you know, and hopefully a lot of you know, that John Ritter was quoted by Lucille Ball as being the best, or if not one of the best, physical comedians of that time. Like, that's a big honor. And I would almost say, like, she gave him, like, obviously Lucille Ball was like the best physical comedian, right? And so she putting her like blessing on him. It's like it passed it on to him. And I think that's really cool. Super Saiyan, I do like the Ropers, but there's just something about Mr. Furley that I really love. Now, someone would say the Ropers more. I get you. I understand why, because they're great. They're a team, right? But Mr. Furley is just like a quirky, like skinny, like everyone knows a Mr. Furley. You know, everyone knows someone who's like that, who's like this old man who's like funny, who likes girls, and is like dressed as like he's like, I don't know. It's just like it's just so great, you know? Yeah, so if you guys aren't on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. It's a great way. Twitter, I'm not on as much, but I'm still there once in a while. The ones I'm mostly really on is Facebook. That's my main thing. So if you ever want to see when I go live or, you know, when I'm posting a video, is definitely the place to be, Facebook and Instagram. I post on Instagram fairly often, and I post not just Lucy or Ricknineg stuff, but just my life stuff in general. And so if you want to know more about that, want to be more nosy, you know what I mean? You want to just find out what's going on, just let me know. I'm itchy. I got bug bites. Can I show you this? Can I show you this? Is this TMI, too much information? I got bitten. I never get bitten. I got bitten by something at night, and I think it's going to turn me into Spider-Man if it was a spider. And I've got another one on my leg. I'm not going to show you my leg. It's like by my ankle, and that one's really swollen. And I don't know, twice in a day? I don't know. If Lucy could have crossed with anyone in history, who would you wish? So if Lucy could have crossed with anyone in history, who wish? So I'm guessing like a comedian to work with, right? Well, she did meet Chaplin, so I can't say him. Who's like a big comedian? I don't know. That's a good question, Mickey. Could you be more specific? Can you give me like an era, like a comedian or maybe like a dramatic actor? Because I mean, TV and like film has only been around for, you know, around 100 years or so. So you mean like someone from history, like Napoleon, just like a random individual? Like I just want to get a little more info about your question. I think it's a good question. Hi, nice to see you, Lola. My voice wasn't working. You were wondering on the episode Lucy Hunts Uranium. Yep, that's in the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. The scene where they are racing back to town is hilarious. Were they actually driving or yeah? So that's a great question. And here's the thing, okay? There's a lot of shots in there. That is the first pretty much chase film or concept put on film. And again, that was it. That was TV. But like from there, we get the like rat race. We get any type of chase comedy. We get it from there. And it was a mix. Some were stunt drivers. Some were the actual individuals. Sometimes they were actually driving because there are scenes where Lucy and Desi are driving. There are other times where they're being pulled by like another truck, so they don't have to focus on it and they just deliver their lines and so forth. So there's a lot of tricks that are used, but that's a great question. That would be something to maybe get into for an episode. Yeah, Michael New, great question. I haven't seen you. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. You guys have to apologize if I mess up your names. Michelle New. I'm sorry about that. You have to understand that there's these comments and they're going up, and I'm like quickly looking and looking here and looking there. So if I ever mess up, please don't get offended. It's just I'm trying my best. Okay, Michelle New. Let me try that again. I always wondered how they did the scene where Lucy is lowered from the helicopter to the boat. So that's great. That would be a great episode as well, or a great video for me to do and showing just the truth of that. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to have you wondering, Michelle. Subscribe if you haven't, and stay tuned because I really want to make an episode on it and explain it to you in detail, so much more than I can ever do here. Give you pictures, give you info, maybe a little bit of video in there as well. Ooh, Super Saiyan. Great questions. I'm happy that you're on here because you've missed a couple of the live streams and you're like, I wish I was on the live stream. So great question. Top 5 childhood cartoons for you, Rick R. See, can I just give you ones that I'd like? And I don't know about top 5, but I'm gonna try my best to get you the good ones, okay? Animaniacs, I loved as a kid. There was something also called Tiny Toons. We're tiny, we're toony, we're all the little loonies. Okay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I went crazy over. Power Rangers, it's not really cartoons, so I won't include that. Bugs Bunny, I loved. Now I watch Bugs Bunny, and like my attention span's not that much, so I don't know if I was a kid or not. But I watched a lot of cartoons as a kid, like the original Batman, like the cartoon Batman from like the 60s, I think. Holy cow, Batman with Casey Kasem. And yeah, just I would watch so much. There was also the Tasmanian Devil. Have you guys ever heard that? Taz, come to Tasmania. There was that. There was, oh man, there's just so much that I'm probably forgetting right now. But those are, I used to watch Creepy Crawlers. That was a show in the 90s. Biker Mice from Mars. It sounds weird, but it was a show. These are all things that as a kid I would go crazy over and watch. I've never seen I Married Joan, but I know that Jim Backus is in it. Jim Backus is, of course, Mr. Howell and Gilligan's Island, and I love Gilligan's Island. So. Michael, a new video idea would be I Love Lucy references in film and TV. Wow, that would be awesome. You would have to have an extensive like knowledge, meaning me, of like film and TV. And I love film and TV, but I don't think I know enough where I can like go to it, you know? But that is a good idea. Okay. Thank you, Super Saiyan. Hopefully those make sense. I obviously don't know how old you are. You could be like 40, you could be like 10 or 20 or 30, my age. I don't know. But obviously, if you're around my age, then you can obviously know some of those shows. If you're like younger, you probably never hear of them. If you're older, you probably have. So I don't know. Michelle, awesome. I'm glad that you're in the live chat. Awesome. Although you weren't until almost 20 years after its debut. Oh, okay. So you were born in the 70s or started watching it in the 70s? Because that's really cool. I'm glad that you found my channel and see that I do lots of stuff, not just I Love Lucy. So that's really cool. I appreciate your subscribing, and all of you guys is subscribing and thumbing up. Look, we're at 25. Do you think we can beat the number of people in here? 25 to like 31? I think we can do it. We can do it with your help, with your clicks. Manatee, Rick, have you ever considered doing live trivia questions and offer prizes to the winners? Yeah, they would have to be kind of simple prizes, to be honest with you, because I save up and I use a lot of the revenue from this directly, like I invest it, quote unquote, into giveaways just to, you know, these prizes. I've given away lots of these and some seasons. I'm actually giving away season 5. The funny thing with the season 5, if you guys have not noticed, I haven't forgotten about that, and I was supposed to announce the winner. The thing is, I messaged in the comments. So if you guys have not commented on that video to win this, where is it? What are you? Yes, the season 5 DVD of I Love Lucy. I'm giving my copy away, like signed. Things I messaged like 4 people. It's like, hey, you're a finalist. I need blah blah. I've never gotten a response, and it's been over a week. And it's like, there's no one want to win. I'm sure people want to win, but probably they're not on YouTube or they haven't checked. So that's really important. If you guys participate in a contest, check back to your notifications and the comments, because that's how I answer you. It's like, I guess I could message you on YouTube, but some people I can't message. And so I just answer in a comment, and it's usually worked. It's worked up to now, but in this video, I'm struggling to contact like potential winners. And so, yeah, it's kind of a funny thing. Hey, Scott, nice to see you. I'm doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. Yes, Mr. Like Cats. Desi Arnaz accidentally kicked Vivian Vance in the face when Lucy was being lowered at the hip. So, Mr. Like Cats, I'm going to use an example, and this is okay. I mess up with spelling all the time, but I'm going to use your example as an opportunity to address this, because many people have this like thing. It's like an ongoing thing where people are like, no, Desi Arnaz's last name is Arnaz with an EZ versus AZ. So it's actually ARNAZ. And some people think it's easy. I don't know why it's like that or why they think that, but it's obviously not correct. And yeah, like you can look it up in anything. Let's see, anything. Desi, and then, yeah, Desi Arnaz, like even on here. Okay. I just want to show you guys Desi Arnaz. In the credits, it's Arnaz. There's an error, though, at one point, and I pointed that out in the bloopers, that it's Arnaz, and that's the show making a mistake. But everywhere else, you can look it up. It's AZ. AZ. Like, I just remember him being, like, Latino, Cuban, and, like, Arizona. AZ. That's the abbreviation. It's not easy. So, yeah. So that's just a little heads up. But I see that all the time. I see that all the time, guys. How about the Flintstones? You mean this? Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera. Yeah, very cool. I I've seen a lot of these, but just like as a kid, like out of order, and I think it's a great cartoon. I love the live action one, the John Goodman. I think it's really well done. I think it's like a cartoon in live action. I think it's brilliant. How about this? Please let me know in the comments. Anyone love this show, The Munsters? I have the whole series, the whole thing, and I would love to do episodes on this and videos on it. See, that's the thing, guys and gals, because obviously if I do, people ask me on other stuff, I have to leave some stuff, or I have to take a break on some stuff. So if you notice, like Three Stooges, I've taken a little bit of it's on hiatus right now because I'm doing more Gilligan's Island. And so I'm just kind of spreading myself around a little bit, exposing myself to people. Munsters. Some of you guys really love the Munsters. I love the Munsters, and Fred Gwynn, right? He's hilarious. Yeah. He's great. Fred Gwynn, and yeah, they've all passed. I think even Butch Patrick alive? I think he might be. And unfortunately, what's his name? There's also, it's not here. I probably have it on the other side of my cabinet or my drawer. Yeah, it's a cabinet. Anyway, it's the boy who played Pugsley. He passed away. He was an older man, of course. And he's in a museum. Like his ashes are in the Death Museum here in Hollywood. That freaked me out to know that. So the Addams Family, 2Ds. Don't forget, Addams for this show and the cartoon and all that is 2Ds. You love Three Stooges doing Slowly I Turn. Yes, and it's actually right now, Raven, you got it exactly right now, because that's what's happening right now. It's the clown, Lucy, and the Slowly I Turn. Step by step, because it's a ballet episode. So you got it. Oh, Manatee, thank you. Butch Patrick is alive. I appreciate that. Thank you. And then what's her name? Doring? She's beautiful. Alora, who played Wednesday, the original Wednesday. I know she's alive. See, I would love to like interview her. That would be awesome. Like to meet her, beautiful lady, talented. Obviously, is a little girl, very talented little girl. She's like the sassy little girl in that show. I would love to interview like Dawn Wells from I Love Lucy. Like these are people who are actually on the show, and of course these are more 60s shows. So we still have them alive. Unfortunately, I Love Lucy, there's pretty much everyone's gone. Except for the kids. Some of the kids are still alive, but yeah. But Dawn Wells, the original castaway, Tina Louise, if she'd be interested, I'd love to interview her. Yeah, it's something to keep in mind. If they pop up, if anyone knows them, if anyone wants that, I'm setting up another interview with someone connected or individuals connected with I Love Lucy, hopefully soon. In the summer, I'm working on it in the summer. Again, we have to work. I'm pretty flexible, but these individuals have a pretty busy schedule, and hopefully we'll talk to them soon. Kippy Boo, do you have a favorite musical number from the show? I do. I like a lot of them. Desi has some great numbers, and I love a lot of them. You met Dawn Wells, DM, and I'll share. Well, awesome. Was she like? I'm sure she was sweet. Like she just seems like she is. That's what comes across. Beaver and Wally, I've never gotten into the show, but absolutely. Cuban Pete, I love Cuban Pete. There's also Cuban Cabby. There's a lot of stuff, So here's a great question. All right, here's a great question by Ron. He says, Rick, how many hours do you think Lucy and Harpo spent rehearsing that mirror scene? So you put think in there. I'll focus on think, because I will tell you that there is a fact that Harpo Marx just wanted to do it. He's just like, come on, Lucy, let's just do the scene. And she's like, no, we have to practice every single mannerism, every single thing. And he was just like, how many times are we going to practice? It's like, I've done this in Duck Soup. I know the routine cold. And Lucy was like, well, I know it too, but I want to perfect it. And she was a perfectionist. And some people didn't understand that. Remember, Lucy did not equal. Lucy equal sign not. Ad-libbing. No. Lucy, not at all. Also, Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean. He looks very spontaneous. He's not. He's 100% scripted. Every little thing that he did. Everything. Lip twitch. Eye stare. Even how long he looked. Everything is calculated. Imagine me doing a Stooges interview. Who would I interview? I'd have to interview like the grandkids of the Stooges. Kumbachero was pretty good. You love when they did the skit under the bamboo tree. Yeah, see, those are more like skits, but I do know what you're talking about, Lola, and I do like those too. Those are awesome. It's my favorite outfit in disguise that Lucy wore. She had so many. She wore that wig that was like all the way around. It was like cousin it type thing, and that was hilarious. Not disguises. She dressed like men a lot, and I think those are funny because she would change her voice like that, almost like she's struggling to speak, which was funny. S. Martin, thank you for commenting in the live chat. Awesome. I can't speak. What's wrong with me? I lost the gift of gab. Am I going to do more meal ready to eat? If you guys if you guys want those, again, there's different recipes or there's different items in there. This is heavy on salt, and I eat really like healthily. Well, the most that I can. Like I watch what I eat. I eat meat only certain times during the week. Like I eat it not regularly. I eat fish certain times. Like I don't overeat anything. I try not to. At least I'm not perfect. I go crazy sometimes. It's like dessert, but I watch what I eat. I don't just eat out of a bag, but those meals ready to eat are really fun to go into. And I think a lot of you like them. So if you guys want to see more, just let me know in the comments. Just subscribe. The more you let me know what you want to see, and the more overwhelming support there is for stuff, the more likely I'm willing to do stuff. So awesome. Randy, nice to see you. You like Valentino from season 3. Don't worry, Nathan, you're a little bit late, but remember you can go watch what you missed, and it'll always be there. Love when Ricky did Cuban Cabby, and of course Cuban Pete and Sweet Sally. Oh, Sally Sweet, yep. Right now we're having the scene of, let's see, Lucy is going to be coming in as a clown / ballet person. Yes, I'll check my Instagram after this, eventually. After this. Oh, there she comes in with her pie and the club soda. And I love it. Fred and Ethel are in the front. They're sitting there watching the show. And this is great because you see Ethel looking and she's like panicked. Like she's part of the club's audience, but she's also acting, which is great. And then we see Desi behind being like, get out of there. You're on the stage and you're embarrassing me. And what's going on? But he's conducting the orchestra. It's great. See, that to me is genius. Like, I used to always look at Lucy because she was the funny one, but now I started looking like Desi, and he looks so like desperate and upset, and he's like, "What can I do?" And I just got going with the show, and then Fred's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, it's just brilliant. And then you get to see the orchestra members laughing behind while they're playing the instruments. Some of the saxophone guys are taking the mouthpieces off and laughing. Like, it's just fantastic. Why am I holding it like this? Nathan, I've never seen I've seen 1 or 2 full episodes of Star Trek. I never got into the original. I know I probably should. And I know a lot about the show as a concept and facts and stuff, but I never watched it like leisurely. I really, like when I was young, when I really got into was The Next Generation. Like that was, to me, Star Trek. And in my opinion, it's one of the best shows in terms of Star Trek. And then Deep Space Nine, if you're a big Next Generation and you think it can't be topped, start watching Deep Space Nine, because Deep Space Nine, the writing is just so much another level. And while you don't have the amazing cast of Next Generation, like Deep Space Nine almost beats out Next Generation, or maybe it does. Like it's right there. It's like a neck and neck race. And to me, that's it. I even started watching Voyager, and I'm still trying to get through the first few seasons until 7 of 9 is there, because it's like I really want the golden Star Trek, and I don't see it anymore. And to me, these are the epitome of both of these shows. Anyway. That Ethel's hilarious in her own right. She absolutely is. I would agree with you. And then Ricky rigging a water bucket that falls on top of Lucy is just great. Just a great scene to enjoy and so forth. Oh, yeah. Kippy Boo, the kissing that Ricky and Lucy do. Yeah, that's definitely scripted. The thing is, because they're husband and wife, like, it's different because if you're just acting and you don't have any connection to the person, you have to act, right? And so they would kiss. Yeah, they're forced to kiss, but it's like they're actually in love with each other and like they're married. And so it's like just different. You see something that you don't normally see, in my opinion. And so, yeah, it's a great point. Well, thank you so much, guys and gals, for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and watch what I posted during the week. There's a lot of good stuff coming, more flying stuff as well. I'll see you next time, guys and gals. I do appreciate it. I do have to go, but I was able to get on here for about an hour. Don't forget, guys and gals, to stay positive and most importantly, be hopeful.